Should be on your unit guide. All right. Everybody got it up? Ready? Did I put it on there for you guys? Let me find yours.
Would it be under Monday?
It's just yellow. It's at the top of the week. Let me see if I put it there. I may have missed it.
It's called notes.
Yeah, it's just called notes.
Okay,
yeah. It's there. Okay. All right. Here we go. So hopefully we remember. So on the unit circle, when we're talking about the coordinates, what coordinate is sine? Y coordinate. So sine is your y coordinate. You just read it right off of there, right? Okay, what's cosine? The x coordinate. I'm not printing well this morning. All right, in terms of sine and cosine, what is tangent? Sine over cosine. Good. What is cosecant? We don't remember? It's not cosine over sine. Look at the way I set it up. What do we have to do to get cosecant in terms of sine or cosine? Reciprocal, right? Reciprocal of what? Sine. So the way we write that is 1 over sine. What we do is we actually just flip it, right? Okay. You could write reciprocal. Can I spell it? Reciprocal of sine if you wanted to. Okay, because this is just for you. I'm not going to look at this. Okay. What's cosecant or secant then? 1 over cosine, right? Or the reciprocal of, that says reciprocal of cosine. Okay, what's cotangent in terms of sine and cosine? There's your cosine over sine, right? Okay, so we're going to do this. You're going to do the quiz on Friday. You're not going to have your unit circle available. Okay, so last week the goal was to memorize it. This week the goal is to use it. All right, but we don't really need to write out the entire thing. Don't all the denominators divide by 2? Okay, after what you experienced last week, you probably know where your square roots go, right? Really, all I need to know is where's the angle and was it 1, 2, or 3 on the top? Okay, so I can do that pretty quickly without having to taking time to write out my entire unit circle. Okay, so this is the way that I approach these type of problems when I don't have my unit circle in front of me. Okay, all right. Do we have a good idea of what quadrant 2 pi over 3 is in?
Yeah.
Which quadrant? It's in 2, right? It's right here, right? So that's 2 pi over 3. I know that this coordinate here is out 0, up 1, which means the x value is what in this coordinate here? If that's a 0, this has to be 1, and so if this one's 1, what's the other one got to be? It's got to be 3, right? The 1 and the 3 always go together. All right, assign the x values or the y values? Y values. Okay, so I know that it's got to be square root of 3 over what? 2. Did I have to write out my entire unit circle to get that? No. Do I need to I need to look at positive, negative. Should it be positive or negative?
Negative. Oh, wait, no, it's not positive.
Positive because it's sine, right? In quadrant 2. Okay. That did not take me 5 minutes to write out my unit circle. It took me a little bit of thinking. Okay. But that's how I approach unit circle when I don't have it in front of me. Okay. I only write out what I need. Okay. Which is why, like last week, I took it and had me to do it by quadrant by quadrant by quadrant. So you kind of got that idea of don't have to do the whole thing. All right, let's look at cosine of 7 pi over 4. Okay. Might have to think a little bit harder about that one. Quadrant 4. Okay. If you didn't automatically come up with quadrant 4 in your head, okay. I know that this is 4 pi over 4, right? So 5 pi, 6 pi, 7 pi. I could have counted it. All right. So I need to think about my coordinates there. I know that this coordinate here is out 0, down 1. I know there's another 1 in there, right? So I'm going to go count for the x value. I'm going to count. What's this first one going to be? What x value? 1. What's the next one going to be?
3.
I'm going to go up on the x's. So what's my next one going to be? 2. Do I really need this coordinate at all? No, I'm aiming for this one. Okay. If that one's 2, what's the other one got to be? 2. That's all I need to know. In fact, for over 4s, aren't they all square root of 2 over 2? Every single time. So you like jump for joy when you see square over 4 because you know already it's going to be square root of 2 over 2. You just have to decide positive and negative. In quadrant 4, is cosine positive or negative? Positive. So I know that this has to be square root of 2 over 2. I did not need to write it all out to do that. Okay. Until you have a good sense of the whole unit circle, though, it's tough to be able to just do that. Okay. All right. Tangent of 11 pi over 6. Which quadrant is 11 pi over 6 in? 4. It's this one right here. I don't know why I drew that so big, but I did. All right, it's that one right there. I know I am out 1, up 0 at that coordinate right there. So I'm going to count from the y value. After the 0, what comes for the y value? 1, which means the other one has to be
3.
The other part of the coordinate has to be 3. What do we know about the signs? Is the 3 positive or negative? 3 is positive, 1 is negative. Okay, what's tangent? What over what?
Sine over cosine.
Sine over cosine. My sine is negative 1/2. My cosine is positive square root of 3 over 2. Do I really need the over 2 parts? Those cancel. So we get negative 1 over square root of 3. Even though in calculus that's a valid answer, we would not probably see that as one of our choices. It would probably be rationalized. So it'd be negative square root of 3 over 3. Because this one will be an Otis quiz so that I can get it graded to you back by Monday. Okay. Even maybe end of the day Friday if I'm really good. Okay. Morning. All right. So we're going to look at cotangent of pi. Cotangent of pi is nice, isn't it? It's a quadrangle. And I don't know why every single time, even if it's a quadrangle, I have to draw the axis. It just is the way my brain works. Okay. What's the coordinate there? Out how many? Negative 1. Up how many? 0. So negative 1, 0. All right. Cotangent is what over what? Cosine over sine. So my cosine's negative 1. My sine is 0. What do I have to write down? Undefined. Good. Okay. Sorry, I probably scrolled down a little bit too much. All right, number 5. Okay, 5 pi over 3. What quadrant is it in?
4.
Everybody good with 4 right here? Right? So this would be 3 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3. All right, so this coordinate here is out 0, down 1. Okay. All right. We are going to be, what I have to count what here for this first coordinate? 1. So the other part of the coordinate is going to be 3. And is it positive or negative? Negative on that. So cosecant is the reciprocal of what? Sine. So that one I might write that much out so I could visualize it. I'm not going to do 1 over. I'm just going to go ahead and flip it, right? So it's negative 2 over square root of 3 and then rationalize it. So negative 2 square root of 3 over 3. Yeah. Okay. 3 pi over 4, what quadrant? Second quadrant is this one here. Do I even need to do the counting? What do my coordinates have to be?
2.
Yeah, it's 2, 2. Okay. Let's see. Secant, which was this first one or the second one? The X or the Y? It's first one, but what do I know about the first one? Positive or negative? Negative. So my flip is going to be, because I had to flip the reciprocal, negative 2 over square root of 2. And then I got to rationalize it. You get negative 2 square root of 2 over 2. What happens with these? Cancel. So we've got negative square root of 2. Okay. And that's it. Okay. That one, you're going to start seeing this and you're going to hopefully memorize that, okay? Just because that's the way it is. All right, that's as much time as we're going to spend on that today. So we're going to go back to our 1.5 notes. You guys can start working on your 6.9 again. Get as far as you can, okay? Okay.